Hey y'all, it's Natalie for A Cherry on Top today, and you can find this full layout over on their blog. I am using the new Flower Market collection from Pink Fresh Studio to scrapbook some of the older photos of my little guy. I haven't scrapped his baby photos from the first year of his life. So I have this cute little photo of him on the couch in his car seat, and our old dog, his name was Pickles Dill. He had climbed up on his little lap and they were taking a nap, and it was so sweet. Heath still has this blanket that he sleeps with every night. I made it for him, so that's kind of sweet. So this is the Floral Market Vellum ephemera, which is completely gorgeous, as you can see. So I really like to layer that up with the regular cardstock ephemera, and then they also have floral ephemera that is made out of cardstock as well. So those are all three layering pieces that are super fabulous. So those white rings right there are die cut out of the Essentials Folk Edge Circle die by Pink Fresh Studio. And so I'm just going through this 6x6 paper pad from Flower Market, to back those circles almost like a cut file. I'm going to use them as a cut file, and so they're just going to be instead of putting the pattern paper directly onto the background, they're going to be like a cut file. So I'm just using my Nuvo to adhere them down to this one little piece of paper. I liked this paper because I thought it mimicked the blanket really well that the dog is laying on. So I'm gonna cut those circles out really easy. You could actually even run it back through the die cut machine if you want. I use a 6 Big Shot, but I just ran it. It's pretty simple. I'm not really great at fussy cutting, but I can maybe follow a circle. So there they are. And I decided I'm going to trim the photos down a little bit more just to get rid of some of that brown couch. It's not necessary. I just want to show the baby and the dog. Pickles Dill is no longer with us, unfortunately, but he was going to, I think, not be a great dog around kids. And so once my second little guy came along, he was having seizures. So it was a blessing that we didn't have to make any further decision. But we do still have our first dog, Lola. She's 14 and fabulous, and she will be with us for a good long time, hopefully. So I'm going to use my waffle flower blending brushes on the background. I have this white textured cardstock from American Crafts, and I'm just kind of showing you I wanted it to be in a circle between the two photos. And I'm going to use this brand new Lacy Tile Stencil by Alta Nu. And I'm going to use Squeeze Lemonade Distress Oxide. And I didn't have the right orange color Distress Oxide, so I actually turned to Catherine Pooler Bellini is the color I decided to use, because it's this really beautiful orange peachy color. So I am doing it directly onto the page, no gesso or anything. And I made sure to clean my stencil really well. But I did line up my stencil with the yellow marks that I had already made, just so it looks very nice and continuous, the flow. And I kind of blend the orange into the yellow a little bit. And now I'm just adding a little bit over on the right, and then I'll squeeze in a little bit of yellow in between, so it looks kind of like the colors are blended together really well, I guess. So I was really happy with how that looks. And so I never go to the edge of the stencil, so I don't want that hard edge. And now I'm just using the brush to add a little bit of shading on the outside. You could leave this as though it blends in, but I also like to kind of define the area. And now I'm using those same ink colors and adding water and using them as watercolor to just add a little bit of splatter on top of the stenciled area. This is a bright, fun spring layout. I love this new collection. I don't normally just use all of one collection, but it was just too beautiful and so many fun pieces that were different enough to mix everything up. So I did try to stick with florals though. That's why I didn't want florals in the background. So I didn't choose a floral paper, and I just went with this lacy tile stencil. Super fun, just showing you the close-up of the dried stenciling. So my plan is to use the cherry tape, the foam tape and the foam dots to stick everything up. And that is such a good way to layer things up, right? To be able to, to put everything up a level so that you can stick the pieces of ephemera beneath it. So the foam tape is thicker than the foam dots. So I decided to like multi-layer it, and I start adding in the flowers, and then I quickly realized that I just want to use all the flowers. Like there's really no discerning reason to not use the flowers. So I was like, well, it's gonna be hard to narrow it down. I already know where the photo and the circles are gonna go, so I decide to go ahead and stick those down. So I use the foam dots on the circles, and then I use the foam tape on the photos. So the photos will just be a little bit higher than the circles so that you have already multi-layers of those, and then go in and add the florals beneath each of them, and so you'll have multiple layers of the flowers as well. So I'm kind of showing you the difference. I don't know if you could see. I don't know if I held them at the right angle, honestly. So I think about putting the paper up and down, but then my photos are kind of horizontal from one another, so I decided to circle them back around to be that horizontal stripe. And this collection is still available in the store. Lots of it is available in the store. I'm using my American Crafts lighted tweezers to pull the backing off of the foam tape. So I did have to remove a little bit of the foam tape because when it goes to overlap the circle, you don't want the foam tape, because then that part of the photo will be higher than the rest of the photo that's just touching the paper. So I did have to remove whatever part of the photo had foam tape that was touching the circle. Not much though. But I like how the Take It Easy vellum ephemera kind of bridged the gap between the two circles and kind of brings the page together. So there you can see I layered a cardstock leaf die cut and then stick the the vellum ephemera over the top. And so you can still really see the cardstock beneath it, which I really like. I stuck those two bunches of flowers over on the right, but I don't love that floral piece that I've stuck on top. So I'm going to have to change that up. But I do really like the formula of the cardstock below and the vellum on top. I'm really loving that. So if you use your cherry tape, you can't see it through the vellum. I definitely advise using some clear tape and not, what's the word I'm looking for? Adhesive glue or like wet glue, because I did that on another layout last month and it did not look good. So the cherry tape, is really, you can't tell, you can't see it at all. So I used it to stick to the photo, and then I put a little bit of flowers beneath it because I thought, oh, you'll be able to see the flowers beneath the title because it's vellum, and I love that. So definitely invest in all those different types of cherry tapes because you need them all. Sorry, that's what I'm here to do. But it's true, you need them all. You need the foam tape in the different levels to give different levels on your page and to layer things up, and then you also need the cherry tape because you can tear it away and it's so easy to use and you can't see it behind vellum. So that little piece says, what does it say? Surprising moments, because I mean we're a little surprised when the dog like hops up in his lap. The sleeping baby is on the couch in his seat, and the dog is just like, this is a comfy place to take a nap. That was very typical Pickles, right? So it says, my little like subtitle, I used all the puffy alphas from all the collections, but it says a couch potato and a tater tot, and you can determine which is which. But I thought that was a fun little title to use. I like to keep it whimsical, especially on these bright, fun, floral, spring layouts. What are we doing? So now I'm out. I've got the die cut ephemera, the cardstock ephemera, not the florals. There are a few florals in here, but I do want to pull out a few more pieces. So I grabbed that one little like arched window kind of thing, and then they did have a few leaves that were really nice. And then I like that one down there that's blue and it says best friends, so it kind of ties into the blue of that main title. But plus, it looks like they're best friends taking a nap together. The dogs were both really good with the babies when they were little. It was just when that second baby came along, Pickles was having seizures and he was kind of getting snippy. So we kept them separate, but then he didn't make it long anyway. But that's okay. He was a good dog while he was around. He was little. He was like 4 pounds. I think that we're almost at the end. I thought about adding jewels, but I already had so much going on with the florals that I decided to not. But let me know if you have any questions. I'm going to link down below with my affiliate link if you would like to go grab this stuff in the store. I thank you guys so much for watching. I'd love it if you'd like and subscribe. And head over and check out the rest of the detail shots on the A Cherry on Top blog. Thank you guys for watching. Bye, y'all.